It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Herbert going to go to the air right away.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the first play of the game. 48 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really to a big play.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Herbert now. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's Herbert. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Will Dissly, 26 yards.
And the Chargers march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Trask and the Bucs now going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Working out of the gun, here's Trask. This ball complete to Trey Palmer.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And they go play action. Here's Trask. They'll find McMillan here. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing, I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
2nd and 5.
Look at this, a tight end carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Here's Trask. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 21. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
Trask now off the play fake. This one taken in by Otten.
They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork, we saw a good job defensively to recover.
Straight ahead, it's Irving.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Trask. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
They'll send the tight end in motion.
Now Trask on 4th down. That is caught.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
And now Trask going to shift things around a bit. And now they'll shift things around. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. On play action, Trask.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Trask, 3rd and goal.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Cade Otten.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
2nd and 10. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Play action. It's Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this.
On 4th down, Herbert.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Back to throw here, Herbert.
That's again complete to Palmer.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. And Johnston sent in motion.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Keeps himself upright, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Flushed out right. And the pressure gets to him again. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. To throw is Trask. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
They'll try and run here with Irving.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Throwing, Trask.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through. Brings up 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
From the shotgun, it's Trask. He'll get that out to the flat to White.
Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, Trask.
Open man has got one. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Play action now, Trask.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And they'll throw again. Here's Trask.
He's got White here. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
In motion, the tight end.
Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
Here's 2nd and 3. A run up the middle with Irving.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And the Buccaneers are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Irving going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we say the game's on the line, I don't think we're overstating it here. These next few plays could very well decide this one. Advantage defense there on 1st and goal as they're able to get in and force the loss on that play.
Setting to throw. Here's Trask.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Bucs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
They couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line.
And running with power here.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Dobbins with it.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A big play looming on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards.
And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw, got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Herbert.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Herbert gonna throw.
Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Throwing, Herbert.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
It's got to have it time. 4th and 9. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now looks like Trask who's going to change it up.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Trask now. That is intercepted. Inside the 10.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult.
Now Herbert.
And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Trask right back on the horse after the pick 6.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Maybe looking for a flag, but they're not going to get one there. They took a shot, hoping to find a way to sneak into field goal range, but it's incomplete. And now with time almost gone, the task gets much more difficult.
One last shot here. Trask.
Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love, a place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Bucky Irving now to return. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They're going play action. Catch made by Bucky Irving. They're working a couple yards past the line. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Throwing Trask. This ball's caught by Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Chancing up the chains here. They go play action here. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this up to midfield before going out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Here's Trask. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
At that down the distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Trask. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So it'll be second down. Trask looking to pass. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here's Trask to throw. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And now he's going to head out of bounds after a nice game. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Again for the first time to Rachaad White. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now it becomes a critical third down.
Looking right, and he finds it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! So now the Buccaneers gonna go for 2. He's throwing for it! And that's brought in for 2, Brock. That's going to put him up 8-0. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Escapes the pocket. His first throw is an interception. Now he makes the play. And the Buccaneers take over just inside the 40. They're at the opposing 39. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number one. And number two, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
Quick on the draw to White. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They have it 3rd and 7. And that's away for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trask now. He connects downfield on 4th. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's on the move. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
That's a tip up and a touchdown. So Rob, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers lead by 15 now. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And look at this return. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Complete to Derrick Henry. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Lamar now from the gun. He throws a bullet down the right side. He's got it inside the 10. And he's down to the 8 before going out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start to fight back with their first points of this game. Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for 2. They give it to the back of the zone read. And he'll get in. The 2-point try successful. Now they trail by 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Irving. And he'll be out of bounds at the 22-yard line on the return. return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trask now to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Chased out to his right. All around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. They're up and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Complete out to the right side. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens earn the chance to tie before halftime. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens get it back to level. 15 all now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that one's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So 2nd down coming up. Off the play fake, he's going to throw.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Motioning the tight end left. Throw on 3rd down. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Here's the snap on 4th. Someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Ravens will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. 8 yards to go. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Buccaneers get it back at the 45-yard line following that interception return. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought the defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
That's just a total team effort right there, Kate. Defense was relentless on that play. Some of them chased it from the pocket. The others, well, they took away the easy throwing lane, and it really influenced that incompletion.
Second and 10 now. This one finds Irving. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Man in motion here. Third down from the gun. He's got Conway looking outside line. He goes out a little short of the 40. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's taken in by Henry. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That stop made by K.J. Britt.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make a play.
Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5. They send a receiver in motion right. From the 31. Rolling out to his left. That one's caught on the left sideline. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
You know, Kim, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First down throw for Jackson. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and well, they got one of them to move that time. Back to throw it. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. We'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And he breaks even on the decision to leave the end zone by getting out to the 30 before going out.
We got ourselves quite a game today, a tie game coming into this 3rd quarter. What you're looking for is a little instant jolt of momentum coming out of the locker room. And that return might just be the spark that leads to that momentous fire.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Play fake, Jackson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring. Guys hitting blocks downfield. Back who can show off his wheels.
Makes the play in bounds outside. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or 2 short of that 25. They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's Trask to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night. Wow, this has been a great game so far, Brock. A hard-fought first half, but they're really offering an edge to their opponent here by throwing a pick on their opening drive.
And now we'll get to see if they can capitalize that and pull ahead. They've already got the ball once this half. You know that they're loose. And now they get it back just 1 snap later.
First down, here's Lamar. Rolling left, buying some time. That's low and bounces short of his man.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. All you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Throwing again is Lamar. Jump off caught by his back. And this one does not go far. Working quickly here. Jackson now on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He'll throw it. Forced out to his right. He connects downfield on the at the 20. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Zay Flowers the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by
Story of my life, guys. Players that pick good teams have to play with easy pass concepts. I'm not trying.
From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to it.
Not only that, we got a grown man doing that shit. Playing like that on both sides of the ball. Like I said, meaningless games too.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Buys time, rolling right. LeBron hits up another interception. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Oh, man, Buck. Somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him. Seeing every throw, anticipating his routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Lamar now from the gun. Gets this to Bateman. And they get this down to 12.
Like I told you guys, like, I don't know when. Don't come on here if you want to see wins. Because I do not try in any game I play. He just decided to go with even easier pass concepts. And he's talking now too. I don't know what he's saying, but his mic's on. Just see that mic symbol. And once again, prideful, right? They do one of three. They do 3 things. One of 3 things, or all 3. They talk. They need to resort to anything to win or move the ball, or they need to talk shit. Say like, you know, you suck, you're trash. Once again, we never said any player sucked or was trash in any video game, but I'm sure they do. Like I said, any video game, Madden, 2K, Call of Duty, any game I've ever played online, never did I once think of saying you suck, you're trash. But I'm sure he did. I'm sure everybody does. Like I said, I don't use Faggy on defense. I don't use a rush on defense. You know, I don't audible constantly to get an advantage on defense like other players will. No advantages on offense, defense, or special teams. I mean, you got guys that will literally try cheese in all 3 phases. But, oh yeah, I forgot he scored. I was like, why do I have the ball? But once again, guys, I play like this because I'm undefeated in turns. I'm not trying in these games. I don't know if he knows I'm playing with backups. And like I said, they're prideful. Like once they know I'm playing with backups and they can't score, they're probably like, fuck this. I'm gonna do anything to win the game right now at this point. So playing somebody who's using backups. Yeah, of course, once he has a 2-touchdown lead, no need to use a rush, right? I mean, to use Fag D. Or not use Fag D, but take somebody with 89 speed, a DN with 89 speed. They probably say stuff like, oh, you're just mad because you didn't think of it yourself. Yeah, right. I also, like I said, I can't play with starters because if I did, this would happen. If I played with Ravens players like if I played with teams like the Ravens, that would happen. If that's a backup corner, he's not picking that off. I lose to players who only have 1 or 2 reads, and I had a grown man tell me. Back when I was a kid. I had a grown man tell me. I told him, "Oh, you only had 1 or 2 reads. You didn't even read the defense." "Oh, all I need is 1 or 2 reads. I don't need to read the defense." A grown man told me that. Easy pass concept. Mesh spot, easy concept. Did you not use mesh spot early in the game? Yeah, I did. But I'm not using easy pass concepts all game long. And then they gotta like mess around with their kicks, acting like they're good. Like I said, I'll never face somebody like me. I face high school coaches, college coaches, high school players, high school coaches. They don't play the game like they do with actual football knowledge, actual football experience. And I'm not a former player, coach, at any level. I just love the game. Somebody could say, "Oh, 36 unanswered points." Yeah, I wonder why. Oh, 'cause you suck. I mean, look at this. Why did he keep running there? Was that not the same play where he runs like a corner stop? I don't know. I don't even know my own plays, apparently. Right? He probably realized, oh, the plays he's calling are trash. I'll just man him up. Yeah. Nobody's open. I gotta try to throw somebody open, and when you try to throw somebody open when they're not open, when they have elite defenders, you're not gonna get open. Try to throw somebody open on Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, fuck, I said Marshawn Lattimore. Marlon Humphrey. That ain't gonna happen. I mean, I had players throw 7 picks in the game. I had players throw 10, 11 picks in the game. I never once said they sucked or they're trash. Once again, I had players tell me, "I never said you suck or you're trash." I could just assume because I've heard it all. Like I said, never quit a game in 22, 23 years playing online. Never use a scheme in 22, 23 years playing. "Oh, but you need to use a scheme. You need to keep them on their toes." No, you don't. Like I said, right? One of 3 things, or all 3. Prideful. The fact that he's still trying to shut me down. The fact that he's still trying anything, like I said, guys. I said this. He probably took it a certain way when I went up 15-0. And look what happened. And I didn't talk at all once. And then he put his mic on. But the games I do play from from start to finish, right? People think I talk trash because I tell them, "Oh, you need training wheels. Oh, you only have 1 or 2 reads. I lose to players who have 1 or 2 reads." They think like I'm shitting on them. They think I'm trash talking. No. There's levels to the game. I'm undefeated in tournaments because I don't talk. I still don't use a scheme, but I don't run the ball in these games. Never do. But like I said, I don't do anything that's smart in these games. But like I said, once again, like if I say these are meaningless games, guys, I even title some of these videos "Playing Meaningless Games." Meaningless games, playing meaningless games, and And I'll say I play with backup. So, yep, there's the one seam pass. Once again, don't take anything. You guys know I do not use seam passes. You know. No seam passes. Rarely use corner routes. I could just imagine. Oh, like players have told me, oh, you're stupid for not, I told them, I don't care if a seam pass is wide open, and I showed a lot of players on purpose. Only thing open was a seam pass 30, 40 yards downfield. I pump faked it to let my opponent know I don't take those. Well, but you're limiting yourself if you don't take those because it's the only route in the game open. If it's the only route that's open on the play, did I need it or did I need to pick a better play call? I needed to pick a better play call. I don't need to take that, Oh my God, 42 unanswered points. What have I said before, guys? I lose games 70-20. I get shot out. Win or lose, never trying. Oh, you play with backups. You're not trying. That's whatchamacallit. That's what's the word they say? Oh, that's a very convenient excuse. You say you play with backups when you lose. Well, I say it when I win too. And once again, when I first started this, yes, it was to troll. But to be honest, there's too many overpowered teams. I cannot play with starters at all. I play with punters at quarterback. I truly try to challenge myself. But like I said, I started this to challenge myself. And I'm not challenging myself if I don't take these games seriously. If it was a tournament game, he would not have touched me. He would not have picked me off because I have players play me exactly like he does in tournaments. And I have adjustments to that in tournaments. I have adjustments for players who, non-stop, audible non-stop. Easy adjustments for that. That right there, yeah. I mean, like I say, when I'm when I'm playing on autopilot, some people might not even know what autopilot means. It's just basically like, I don't know how to explain it. It would be like, there's games where I'm playing and talking at the same time, and the game will end, and I don't even know what the hell the score has been all game long. Like, literally, there's games where on that, I won't even look at the scoreboard sometimes. I could win by 2-3 touchdowns. I could lose by 2-3 touchdowns. There's games where I'm like, the fuck? I put that many points up? It's like, oh shit. There's times where I score like 28, 35 points, and it's like, shit. The last time I saw how many points I scored, I had like 7. Like, it's pretty bad. It's almost like amnesia or something because, you're so, like, you're talking and you're not paying attention, right? So it's like, what was it? So I can't even remember. Not Broncos, Buccaneers. Yeah. I should have thought about, like, because there's some games where I put a 3-4 defense for a team I think is a 3-4, and then it's like, oh, they were a 4-3 team. Oh, shit. So just give them their actual playbook. I don't need to have like a specific, great playbook. I do like playbooks that have certain nickel defenses that I can match up and still stop the run. But I think that was, if I'm playing a 3-4, and I think the Bucs are a 3-4, yeah. I believe that is the Patriots defense. They have a 4-2-5 and they still have a 3-4, yeah. That shit's weird with the jerseys. Like, Apparently you can't change your jerseys, have whatever jerseys in game, and then edit the stadium and the time of the day you're gonna play. Apparently, if you do that, there's like a glitch and it backs you out completely out of the online mode, and then backs you out like to the main menu again. It's crazy. But I'm glad I can use custom playbooks. I mean, I don't even have a defensive custom playbook, you know. If I did, I'd be having something for every situation and it'd make it easier on me. Like, oh, you know, they're coming out with trips. You know, when I go to coaching suggestions, they're going to give me a defense to play trips, you know. Like whatever situation. I can't stand these players. Like, I honestly find it funny. I'm sorry. Like, I find it funny when somebody uses a mobile quarterback like my last opponent did, and then they use easy pass concepts as if they are like, I don't know how old, a grown man. Dude, that is shit a fucking like 5 or 7-year-old could do. Seriously. And then they do it to troll and think like, oh, you suck, so I'm gonna keep doing this. It's like, no, I'm not trying at all. When I say I'm not trying, I mean I'm not trying to cover anything with my user. I'm not trying to match up defensively. That's what I'll tell players 80-90% of the game I do not match up. You could run the ball. Listen, I do not suck on defense. In tournaments, I will literally, it's all about basically both on offense and defense. Offensively, you can't see what, you know, the formation is when you're on offense. You can't see what defensive personnel they have. You got to wait until you come out of the huddle. Defensively, you can read their personnel from the play call screen, right? But I'm not even doing that. So my eyes are literally, as soon as the play call screen comes up when I'm on defense, I literally look at the bottom of the screen. I do not even look at their personnel. If you're doing that, bro, you could get your ass beat every single fucking game. Every single fucking game. And if I tell a player I don't do that, like the times I do get like stops on defense, I just happen to be lucky, and I just happen to play nickel or dime, and they went 3 or 4 wide receivers. Honestly, that's what I'll tell players. Listen, oh my God, 9 times out of 10, or 90 out of 100 times, or you know whatever you want to say, 900 out of 1,000 times, whatever, 9 out of 10 times, I will not match up with teams. You know. And it's up to them to basically play smart on the play call menu and think, you know, down and distance, first down, let's run the ball. Because I will literally be a nickel and dime all game. I'm literally, you know, I'm not matching up. And then offensively, I don't run the ball, right? I don't run the ball. I don't read the defense by my standards. Oh my God. When I play in tournaments, like I said, guys, I take as much information as possible. I can play with anybody at quarterback because that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm reading the shell. I'm reading the leverages, the techniques, how close the corners are playing, how close the safeties are playing, 1 high, 2 high, the front. You know, I can read the personnel just coming out of the huddle. From reading the front, I can get a good idea of if they're matching up with more corners or if they're, you know, playing the run more, you know what I mean? And from there, it's just like educated guesses. You know. I'll give you an example right there, right? If I don't read like the next window right there, right? I'm not reading the next window. I'm just like throwing to the open guy right there, right? If I don't read the window, that could be a pick. Or if I don't read like the user, he could come down with his user and pick that off. But you know, same time, like they would have to be guessing, or they would have to study a lot of offensive formations and try to key in on what play is coming, or you know what routes are being run or whatever. I don't even know what play I had. Seriously. I was literally just going left to right. I didn't even know what kind of routes I had in the field. I only knew the routes on the left. But honestly, if I'm trying and not talking, I would have read the routes on the left, and I already would have known what all the routes were on the right. Because if you play long enough, you don't even have to look at your whole play. Yeah, and right there, I just keep the play. I didn't even know what play I had. Once again. So I don't run the ball in offense. I don't read the defense by my standards, right? Let's see. I never look for where my opponent's using, right? Because if you do, first of all, play call wise, you're gonna pick play calls that can beat every coverage, man and zone, right? I'm not saying picking man. I'm not saying picking like money plays that are gonna beat man or zone. I'm saying like having one side of your offense, the receivers on one side beat man or zone, and the receivers on the other side beating the other coverage. You know. So, man, when I saw that was red, I was like, oh, some players might think like in a way that you paid a lot of money for this game or the last 3 or 4 Madden games. Why would you only play with backups? Like you're not having fun, right? I mean, this has allowed me to basically get to know a lot of other players in the league. It's gotten me to find a lot of gems. Allowed me to basically know like what offenses and defenses those teams run. It's almost like if you juke too early, you get that animation every time, like a slow juke. But if you time it right, it makes no sense. It really doesn't. In real life, you know. But this isn't real life, it's a video game, so let's play it like it's a video game. Right? Yeah. I was going to say, like, first of all, it's tough. We don't care about wins or losses. So it's tough to throw that open if you're not using a high bullet. If you use a high bullet, guess what? You're throwing it at the end, back in the end zone, like probably in the bleachers. So, like, what are we talking about here? Okay, I was going to say, yeah, there's no way he caught it, held on to it. Yep, thank you. Yeah, so, players probably don't take me serious when I say I don't try because they are, I don't know what word you could use, they are dumbfounded, apparently, if I say I don't try. And, oh, you don't try, that's convenient. Oh, you don't play with backups, it's convenient for you because, maybe they think, oh, it makes you good if you win, and then, oh, you think you have like a valid excuse. So I'm not making excuses. I mean, the times I throw picks, I don't say shit. I got a third string quarterback. I got a quarterback with a 57 overall. I'm not making excuses. I really, frankly, don't care if I'm throwing in the middle of the field and the guy throws it all the way across his body to the fucking opposite sideline. Like, I really don't care. But at the end of the day, I know, I can make one bad throw all game and it could cost me the game. I made one bad throw 2 games ago with my 57 overall quarterback when I was up by 7, and I could have just taken knees or whatever, but we're not in the business of taking knees. We don't care about wins or losses. Thank you. Bro, I want to see that every fucking play, but every player that I face cannot do that for some reason. They cannot do that. They have to have their 1 or 2 reads work for them, and that's it. They cannot, like, you know what I mean? I mean, is it so hard to ask for that? Because if I seen, when I say I want to be able to face a player like me, I'm not saying, hey, I want to face somebody who's going to play with a backup quarterback, and backup, backup players, because that's what I'm doing. I'm saying I want to face players that actually go through the reads. If it has to be 5 reads on a play, it's 5 reads on a play. Sure, are there plays where you're going to go to your first or second read? Yes. But I face players who only use 1 or 2 reads. I face players who need to make their scheme dependent on 1 or 2 reads, meaning they need to pick plays that their first or second read is going to beat every coverage. I have a problem with that. There's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with having a play to beat every coverage. But having your 1 or 2 reads, like beating like any coverage, that's too easy, bro. And I said right there, I can't truly know if that's his second read. That's like my third or fourth, Nothing wrong with that. But if they're doing it consistently, I got a problem with it. Because I get beat by players who only have 1 or 2 reads, and because I'm not trying at all. Like once again, like I said, it's always weird when that shit happens. It's like you're thinking, oh, the other player's gonna pick it off, and then somehow the other one does. Like, what the fuck? Like the animation. How ridiculous. Right, guys? How many times there's players who will use a money play every single play all game long, right? I won't even do it at the end of a half. Just in case I don't know that. I guess that's considered a money play, but to be honest, you can easily shut that out. If you know what it is, you easily shut it down. Now we got an out. A route to get outside. And right here, if I have the time, touchdown or first down. Big play. Oh, yeah, I got to check last second how many timeouts I got. Right back over here. Got it. Right there, he left the flat open, but I was like, fuck that, Players, I faced the player, I don't know who it was. Oh, thank God he cleared right there. I'm supposed to be in bed, I'm supposed to wind down for bed like an hour ago. I faced a player who had, Julio Jones and Roddy White, but all he kept doing was going deep to Julio Jones. That's what he did every time. But am I trying that every play? Am I trying a money play? Am I trying to go deep every play with back shoulders? There's a difference between doing it in a gotta have it situation or a crucial situation and then doing it every play. Could you guys imagine how much better I'd be if I tried? Just if I tried. And then let's add in a stretch play. Let's add in a PA crossers. Let's add in, money plays. Let's add in, screens, RPOs. Let's add in, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, stretches. Let's use starters. A mobile quarterback. Oh my God, an elite defense. Oh my God, bro. I'm not saying that I would just shut players out and I would just be, head and shoulders above everybody and just make every player quit by halftime or whatever. But it would make the game so much easier. But these players, listen, yes, do you play online to challenge yourself or play competitively? Yes. But when you're using teams like the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Cowboys, the Packers, what else? The Bills, the Lions, the Steelers, I don't know. Who's good? The Buccaneers. When you're using teams with their starters, the elite players they have, bro, I mean, the Chiefs may not, have like a lot of elite players, but you keep all the Chiefs starters on defense, they're fast on defense. They're great at tackling. Their secondary is great. They have a lot of speed, like I said. They can tackle well, like hit well. Like they can get after the passer. They can shut down the run. And then you have Chris Jones, who can just wreck a game. You know what I mean? So, what are we talking about here? And when I play tournaments, games that matter, I got to worry about a user rush. I got to worry about bad D. I got to worry about them constantly audibling, constantly shifting their linebackers, their front. I got to worry about, like I said, they might audible to cat blitz, outside corner blitz, the last second, and you don't know what's coming, which is, it's smart, and I don't blame them for that. But there's a difference between me doing that. Let's say I have a bad team on defense and it's like a 3rd and 8 and they're under center and they want to be stupid and go under center, and I come out with an outside corner cat blitz and it's a play action and my corner comes in and gets to the quarterback, causes a fumble or gets a hit, sack, whatever, causes an interception. There's a difference between me doing that one time on a crucial situation and then another player doing that almost every play. So, I do use these games for, kind of getting my feet wet. So when I do play tournaments, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. You got to worry about all this bullshit, because they do it even in meaningless games that to me are meaningless games. To them, it's everything, really. So you have to have counters. You got to have a counter to user rush. What's a counter? Running the ball. What's another counter to user rushers? RPOs, screens. Getting the ball out quick, but not just forcing the ball to come out quick. You don't want to play scared, against a user rusher. There's play actions. I love using play action against user rushers, for example, because you double whoever they user rush with, right? So you already have the double team, or you at least get somebody. You make sure you get at least a body on that user rusher, and then when the play action comes, it's kind of hard for that user rusher to come in, and then you have another blocker, like a tight end or something, or usually it's like a play action, like maybe a 2-back set where one of the running backs, you block one of the running backs, and it's still play action. Play actions, you can still have, it go through the play action, but the running back, essentially you have the play action and then one offensive line or a double team on that D tackle usually that they use for user rusher, like a Chris Jones. So you get the blocking from the offensive line, the play action that helps out a little bit, and then you have the running back block. So it's almost like 3 things that are slowing down that user rush. It's like they never gets after you, never gets in. And then a player that constantly audibles or shifts or whatever, or you audible to make them adjust to your audible or whatever. Let's say you're under center and then you audible to a spread or something. Well, whether they adjust or not, if they don't adjust, you have an advantage, and if they do adjust, you might still have an advantage because they might have put another look out there that's favorable or whatever. Or a lot of times the defense cannot align, cannot get in position with all the receivers pre-snap, and then that's when you can snap the ball and have a wide open touchdown because somebody is running across trying to get to cover their man, outside maybe, or somebody in a slot or somebody outside, and they don't get there in time, and you hike it quick, boom, touchdown, big play, touchdown, or somebody in the slot, corner out, seam, whatever. Or sometimes you could audible to a screen, and they think let's say you audible to a screen pass that's with like 4 wide receivers on the field or 5 wide receivers on the field. They're audibling, they're trying to adjust, like crazy, and all of a sudden the screen goes for a big play or a touchdown. So that's an adjustment. That's an adjustment against players that do that. And then if players try to play aggressively, like play tight underneath, and then have one high, or that's why sometimes you see them press. It's gonna be either man coverage, and if it's not, it's zone. And if it's zone, you just read if one safety comes down, you're like, okay, whether it's man or zone at that point, you go to your best matchup speed guy, or guy that can get a 50-50 ball, and you could do damage that way. And then just like anything too, if they have a soft front, being able to run the ball and reading the box, reading how many people have their hand in the dirt on the ground will tell you, what type of front they're using. And sometimes you can just tell just by looking at it. Obviously, quarters 3 deep is the easiest. Goal line defense is the easiest. Like if somebody's going to risk going goal line as their defense, you'll see shit like that. You'll see players using punt defense sometimes. And I literally lost to a player years ago, not in a tournament or whatever. But you can use your experiences. You can use what do people say? You can win from your failures. You can improve from your failures. So I got beat by players who ran goal line defenses or ran punt defenses, or somehow there's these defenses that they use where they know how to like run commit, but they're still kind of like covering everything with a run commit. I don't know how that is. I don't know how they do it, but did I look for it to try to use that myself? No, because that's not the type of player I am. If I was playing for a lot of money, you bet your ass I'd probably look for something like that. But tournaments I played wasn't for a lot of money, free entries, whatever. But, still, like a tournament is different. You win a tournament that's, it's bigger than saying, oh, I went on a 20-0 streak in a meaningless game, like just a regular head-to-head game. Like winning a tournament is like, it's like they're gonna try everything and more in a tournament. They're gonna, everybody wants to win tournaments. Not like nobody is really seeing this. So yeah, it's all about adjustments. It's all about reading your opponent's tendencies, studying your opponent's tendencies. Play calling is number one on offense or defense. The play call, obviously, defensively, like I said, I think it's always tough because some years or sometimes I had the thought, like, who has the advantage, the offense or the defense? And I used to think back in the day the defense has the advantage because the defense can basically dictate what the offense does. It makes the offense adjust. Like for example, let's say a team is really good, right? And let's say they're a team like the Buccaneers, the Eagles, right? And let's say the Eagles throw the ball all over the field. They don't, but let's say they do. Would you rather them run the ball, or would you rather them pass the ball in that situation, right? Even if they have Saquon Barkley, if they were a team that threw the ball like crazy, 400 or 500 yards every game, would you rather get beat like that, or would you rather them hand the ball over? It sounds stupid, but if you can force them to, if you can do certain things defensively, take something away. I don't ever double team players. You'll never see me double team players because I mostly play zone. I don't even spotlight players or whatever. I don't even know if that's even a thing anymore. I don't even look for every Madden game I ever play. I don't look at like what the new controls or whatever is, the new options, whatever. So I don't even know if that's a thing. I'm sure it is. Because you play the Ravens or whatever, you key in on a certain player, like maybe Derrick Henry running flat routes, or a tight end. That's all about, like, I'll give an example. Like, sometimes it's bend and don't break defense. Sometimes it's like, okay, you're playing a really great opponent. Your mindset, like a really great offense, your mindset's going to be play bend but don't break defense, right? Play, certain situations, knowing how much time you have left in the game, end of the half. You could play high risk, high reward, meaning, like, let's say you're up by 3 at the end of the first half. Maybe there's 4 minutes left. You want to make sure you have the ball last, so you let them score. You either let them score quick from playing a high risk, high reward defense, putting whatever cover 0 out there, cover 2, something that can either get home on a blitz or something that, like a hard, cover 2 hard flats or whatever, like a defense that if they don't read it and they don't attack it, they're going to get a covered sack, they're going to throw a pick or whatever, or they're going to take a sack from a heavy blitz if they don't read it or properly attack it. And then all of a sudden, okay, they score quick, you're up by 3, now you're down 4, but now you got the ball. Sometimes that could go against you because, you could play like that. They go up by 4, but then they stop you, and then they get the ball second half. Sometimes you just got to try stuff, when you are overly, like, when you're facing a better opponent or whatever. Or if you're not willing to try, you can use time management to your advantage. Just slowing the game down, realizing, okay, how many minutes are we playing in a quarter? 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes? How many minutes are we playing? And then figuring out, if I play with long time of possession on offense, and defensively we're playing high risk, high reward type defenses, maybe that's what players are doing. Because I see players just like playing cover 2s, cover 2 inverts, cover 2 hard flats, Tampa 2, cover 2 sink, like cover 2, and I have no respect for players that do that, because there are certain players that will pick a cover 2 and just back out, pick a cover 2 invert, and then just like do something extra with their defense to ensure that they're not going to get beat in those like holes or whatever that a cover 2 gives up. So it's just really that's why I don't try, because like I said, there's too much you need to do just to win these games, which in my opinion are meaningless. But like, at the end of the day, I mean I'm not like having a breakdown, because I'm not having a mental breakdown because I'm losing these games. I mean, Gray God, whatever, beat me 44-15, and I'm acting as if I lost by 1 point. Like, I don't really care, So, yeah, it's so much. You have to do so much because they do so much. So guess what? You got to do a certain amount. It is. I don't know. It's like whether I win or lose, it's like, it consumes my energy. I win a game having to try a little bit, or I win a game trying hard, and it takes all the energy out of me. I lose a game not trying, and it's like it's still taking my energy, because it's like there still is emotions. I don't want to lose games, but at the same time, I'm not going to try to play like these guys. And I want to like these players. I really do. Like, I don't know who I'm playing. I don't know the player personally. I don't know who I'm playing personally. I want to like them. I want to respect them. But it's like, it just makes me wonder if they're willing to play, like this. They're probably living life a certain way. They're all about winning at life. I look at it like these people that make millions of dollars, billions of dollars, and you know what I mean. Like, what did they do to do that? they took a shortcut in life to get there, and you got hard working people who will never see that. You know, it's like I take it a certain way. You know, shortcuts. These players are using shortcuts, and then they think they're better because of it. But it's really hard to. It's really hard. I mean, I would love to add a friend in Madden and play them, talk to them, say, hey, what's up? You want to play? Like, you know, to have a genuinely good time, you know. But I can't even add a player because it's like every single player plays exactly the same way. It might be a different scheme. It might be certain easy pass concepts. Once again, do I have a problem that they run the ball? No, it's like, you know, it's like when they're just trying so hard to like execute every single play, trying so hard to be right. Like, oh, the defense is playing this way, I'm gonna run the ball. Oh, the defense is playing this way, I'm gonna go to an RPO screen. I'm gonna strategically use a certain play to, you know, to have a mismatch, to take advantage of him having linebackers on the field, him, you know, having too many DBs on the field, whatever it is like, bro, like, come on, you know. Imagine if I did that. I mean, see all these red L's that I have? They would not be L's. Do you think Great God is doing any of that? No. So I mean, as soon as he picked me off with a DN, my first thought, run the ball. No, I'm not gonna run the ball. So that's it.